everybody, it's Cooper here, and welcome to another video in the My Memories Of series. And today I'm going to be talking about Guitar Hero, and specifically the Guitar Heroes for the PlayStation 2, which as you can see I've got displayed here. I never really played it on any other platform. PS2 was the system of choice for people when I was in high school, basically, until the newer ones came out, so I always played it on the PS2, and I'm going to be talking about them specifically for this system. So, Guitar Hero really appealed to me because I'm a musician as well, and I'm mostly a drummer, but I have also, I've played guitar in bands, I know how to play guitar and everything, so a video game that combined playing guitar, music, and video games was very appealing to me, and it was hugely popular at the time, so really everyone was playing it, and I guess you could say that I kind of got caught up in the Guitar Hero craze, and all my friends were playing it, everyone at school was playing it, and it was just a lot of fun. And I was actually pretty good at the game, and I'm not great or anything, but, I'd always play on Expert, and, there were really no songs that I couldn't get all the way through. So yeah, there's a bunch of games for it, and this isn't all of them here, but this is most of them for the PS2 at least. And I started out playing the first and second one, and rocked the 80s. And I think that I had those three myself, and then, but when 3 came out, that's the one that, that's the one, I think that was probably the most popular one, was number 3, and everybody loved that game, and everyone was playing it, and I think one of the reasons is that it had the Dragon Force song on there, Through the Fire and Flames, which I don't know what they've added really since then, but at least up until that point, it was the most difficult Guitar Hero song to play, in my opinion, and it's very long, had a bunch of solos in it, so that was a lot of fun. And I kind of have a story to go along with that. When I was a junior in high school, the school would have these color war assemblies where each what do you call them? Each class or whatever. So you have like freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, and each class would have their own color, and it would rotate. So let's just say the freshmen were orange, sophomores were blue, juniors were green, and seniors were red or something. And the color would stay with them as they went out, so the colors would always rotate. So if the class of 2007 was blue, the seniors, then the freshmen of 2009 would then be blue again, so that, if you start off as being green, your color is always green until you graduate, basically. So we had color war assemblies where everyone in the class would try and wear their color, and everyone would get really into it, and they would put up like colored paper all over the bleachers in your section, and we would basically have like little competitions. And one of the competitions that they decided to have was a Guitar Hero contest, and so they held kind of like auditions after school one day, and myself and a couple of friends and a bunch of other people showed up, ranging from freshman to senior, and like I said, at this time I was a junior. And so they were going to have a Guitar Hero contest during the assembly, but they had to decide who was going to be in it, because they were only going to have one person from each class. And I ended up beating out all the other juniors, so I was the one who was chosen to play the game at the actual assembly, which even the thought of now is terrifying, because I've never been the kind of person to want to speak in front of the class or do any sort of public speaking or anything like that. I've always had kind of stage fright with that kind of stuff, and people who personally know me and know that I've played tons of shows and I've been on stage with my band and everything, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not the same. It's always kind of different when you're by yourself versus when you have other people with you. So it was something that was really scary to me, but I thought was very cool because, I was good enough to beat out all the other juniors, which was awesome, so I got chosen to do it. And unfortunately, I went up against the freshmen, and then the sophomore played against the seniors, and then the two winners would play against each other. And unfortunately, the freshman was just ridiculously good, and he beat me pretty easy in the first round. So I only went up there and played once, but that was Guitar Hero 3, and prior to that assembly, nobody really knew what song they were going to have us do. So everyone assumed it was going to be the Dragon Force song because it was the most exciting and the most, the fastest and the most hard song and everything. So I didn't own the game at the time, and I actually went to Blockbuster and rented it, and I practiced that Dragon Force song for like 3 or 4 days every day after school before the assembly to try and prepare for it. And then when we got to the assembly, we ended up playing something else, and it was just like a regular song. It wasn't difficult or anything. So I thought that was kind of funny that I rented the game and tried to prepare for playing that song this assembly. Then they picked some other random song. But yeah, Guitar Hero Metallica is actually one of my favorites, but that one came out when I was kind of getting out of it. It was one of the later releases. It was kind of, there was a peak where Guitar Hero was super popular. It was probably the most popular game at the time. And then from there it started going down. And when it started going down, I think that's when Metallica came out. And it's great because I love Metallica. It's a very awesome game, but unfortunately it just came out at the wrong time. Guitar Hero 3, I think, was really the peak of Guitar Hero and Rock Band's popularity. And I know that there's still some people who will play and people who still love the game and everything, and obviously it's still a good game, but it's not something that I ever feel the need to play now, which I guess is kind of unfortunate, but I still have great memories of it, and obviously I love to collect for it. There's tons of different guitar bundles and stuff like that. We've got the Guitar Hero 3-disc set here, which includes 1, 2, and Rock the 80s, so there's some cool stuff out there for it, and it's cool that they're trying to breathe some new life into it with the new releases that came out for the PS4, Wii U, and Xbox One. So hopefully there is like a resurgence in the series, and kids can really get into it again, because it got a lot of people interested in playing actual guitar as well, which is always a good thing when a video game can encourage you to learn a new skill or something. That's always awesome. And music is definitely something that a lot of people connect with. And playing an instrument is something pretty special. It does different things for each person, but usually it has a positive effect on them. So that's very, very cool. And I have very fond memories of the series, and I really enjoyed it. So I figured I'd make this video to tell you guys my sort of history with it and my thoughts on the series as a whole. So yeah, if you guys have any stories related to Guitar Hero or Rock Band, or any of the other ones, Band Hero or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. I'd be interested in reading those. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more gaming content. So I will see you guys next time.